Well, CNN is being mocked, and they're being roasted, really, for their interview with the Sinaloa Cartel member. I think he's the head guy in the cartel. And they're asking him, how do you feel? They're very sympathetic when they ask them the question, how do you feel about being called a terrorist by Donald Trump? Listen to this.
According to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. I mean, the cartels have been labeled a foreign terrorist organization. What do you make of that?
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues de todos modos tenemos que comer.
What's your message to Donald Trump, if he's watching this?
Mi respeto, él tiene que según él, buscar lo mejor para los suyos. Pero el detalle que ya están los consumidores, ¿no? Si no hubiera consumidores, pues uno le parara.
This is stunning. This is the same network, along with the other mainstream media, that make fun of us for going across the country doing diner segments. You saw one of the late nights. We're making fun of our diners the other day of talking with the American people. But they treat the cartel as normal people. I don't care what he thinks about the president. What about all the girls that you rape during the drug trade? What about all the people that you have murdered? What about all the innocent Americans that have died as a result of your cartel, the human trafficking that goes on as well? I would have expected that to be the focus of the interview, not what he thinks of the president of the United States. I don't care what he thinks about the president of the United States.
He says, yeah, he's looking out for his people, by the way.
We got to eat.
That statement.
We got to eat.
Right. That's what the mob says. Well, we got to eat, right? I mean, they're locking down with illegal activity. He does say the reason why we sell our drugs here is because we've got customers. No doubt about it. There are drug users here.
So he's blaming Americans.
Yes, yeah.
And not himself, not taking responsibility. If they weren't making drugs and selling drugs, Americans wouldn't have drugs to buy and wouldn't be dying. So, you know, these individuals have blood on their hands. It's easy for them to say, we've got to eat. Well, then just get a regular job. That's what exactly we all do. And you can't do something illegal in order to eat. That's not how America works. And you have to realize, like, I'd rather be poor than have blood on my hands and be accused of killing and responsible for killing millions of Americans.
So Caroline Levitt saw the interview. This is what she said.
Well, it was fascinating to me, Sean. I was actually scrolling on Instagram when I came across this interview, and it stopped me in my tracks, not just because they sat down with a member of a Mexican cartel that is now designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the United States government, but because of the nature of the questions of this notorious foreign terrorist. It was a softball interview giving a platform to a notorious drug cartel that has killed American citizens. I thought it was quite despicable. But again, this is just another reason why the trust in the legacy media is at an all-time low amongst the American public.
It's just such a good point. I don't care if it's the Democrats or it's the media. On every single issue that matters to the American people, they find a way to be on the wrong side of the issue. I mean, this was the first opportunity. It's not like we get many interviews with cartel members to actually get in their mind. Why are you doing it? Why are you killing our people? Mm-hmm. Why are you raping these young girls across the border?
How do you sleep at night?
How do you sleep at night? When he said, I got to eat, what was the response to that? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really sad when the media provides cartel for the number one, I guess say, gang that is killing our people. Young people are dying because of the drugs that they're putting across this border. It's the number one way they can die.
Just so you know, they're heavily surveilled right now. The Trump administration looks at the cartels as the major problem. That stuff about Scheinbaum saying, what the president said over the weekend, Scheinbaum's scared to death of the cartels that kind of run in the country. That's their problem. But cartels are our problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's going to be too much longer before, if we catch them directly doing anything at the border, they're going to get hit directly from our military for the first time.
It's emblematic of what we're seeing, though, in the Democratic Party, because we're seeing them trying to be sympathetic to now gang members. They were sympathetic to other gang members that were removed from our country and put in prisons in El Salvador. It seems they care more about the criminal than they do the victim. I mean, Van Hollen's visiting this gang guy down in El Salvador, and meanwhile, someone in his own community, Rachel Morin, was killed, and he never visited her mom. So they're trying to figure out what their message needs to be, and you've got these younger Dems that are pushing to ouster some of the older party leaders, including AOC. And what happened in the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee is you had Virginia's congressman. He's 74 years old, Jerry Connolly, and he actually defeated AOC for that position, for the head dog on that committee. Then he was diagnosed with cancer in November, and he is saying he's going to have to step down from that role. So now they're trying to figure out who's going to be the leader in that role. His temporary replacement's a 70-year-old Congressman, Stephen Lynch, who's a Democrat from Massachusetts.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.